Hi, hello and welcome. My name is Hovik, and today we're going to be talking about magic and what it is. Now, the first thing that I want to do is define magic in the way that I've always worked it. For me, magic is the art of willful change by supernatural or energetic means. So, obviously, there is a difference between willful change by physical means, taking a piece of paper and folding it to change it, versus taking the piece of paper and energetically creating a situation where it folds itself and makes a smaller square. So, that's what for me magic is. Magic is the art of willful change by supernatural forces. The supernatural forces I'm referring to are basically the invisible energetic forces of the universe that exist all around us, that are present for us to harness, utilize, and call forward to create change. Now, there are about 3 different kinds of magic that I generally work with. And I'll talk about those really quickly. There is clerical magic, sympathetic magic, and ritual magic. Clerical magic is the magic in which you ask the divine to intervene into a working, where you make a petition or you make a prayer to a particular god or goddess or just the universe in general, and ask them to intervene into a situation or to give you guidance on a situation. Another version of that clerical magic as well is divination. And people sometimes forget about that, but divination is a form of clerical magic. Because what you're doing is you are asking a external tool, you're asking the universe to basically give you a message to answer a question that you may have. That's the same thing. So, any form of divination, tarot, runes, a pendulum, playing cards, tea leaf readings, all of those are forms of clerical magic when you are utilizing them in a way to ask a particular question to get the answer or the outcome of a situation. Because you're asking the divine, it's the same thing. Sympathetic magic is the other kind of magic I'm going to talk about, and sympathetic magic is the art of using a external force that represents another physical and or sometimes abstract idea. For example, puppets are a form of sympathetic magic because you create a doll that represents a person but is not in fact the actual person, but sympathetically represents the person. That's how that works. Another form of magic is ritual magic. And ritual magic is the art of creating sacred space, creating a space that is essentially liminal between the worlds, where it is outside the normal order of the universe currently, and it sort of stops it to where it allows for a place of change. That's what that does. When you lay a circle or a compass or anything like that, and you create sacred space, you are creating a space that is liminal outside of the natural order to allow for you to commune with spirits, to enact magic, to make a state of chaos, to make change. That's what that is. Now, I want to also talk about the difference between light and dark magic. I don't typically use those terms, but a lot of people do. A lot of people ask us, and ask me specifically, if I know white spells or light spells, or if I do dark or black magic. Now, again, I don't use those terms, but I will use those terms to define, or use those terms and define them by the way that I see them. For me, light magic would be clerical magic or petitioning. Because what light magic refers to me is that I would say that light magic is the art of going within divine harmony. So that is not usurping the will of gods, not trying to change my luck and change my fate. It is going within a natural order to ask a deity or the universe or a divinatory tool to give me an answer for something, and receive the answer and be good with it. Dark magic, on the other hand, if I were to define it the way that I've worked magic, dark magic is the art of changing one's luck and going against the natural harmony of the universe to create a change. Now, it does not necessarily mean that it is bad or evil, but in the definition that I work with and the way that that I see that people ask and what they're talking about, that's how I define light and dark magic. Now, I'm also going to talk about really quick responsibility and paying the coin and what that means. Now, when you do light magic, when you're asking the divine to intervene to a situation, the kickback is a lot less because you're asking within divine accordance and divine will. Just like in physics, when we say that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. It's the same thing. Clerical magic works to make an action and you receive the reaction. But the kickback, the reaction from that, is a lot less because you're not actively creating change. You're merely just asking for a bit of insight ahead of what is currently happening to get the outcome before it happens, basically. That's what that is, and then being okay with it. Dark magic has a little bit more of a kickback because what you're doing there is you are placing yourself at the center of your universe and willfully creating an environment where there can be chaos and change, making it occur, and then plugging that into the general universe and allowing it to then shift the natural fate of you currently and make a change. Now, by doing that, you accept full responsibility, and therefore the kickback, the reaction to that, can be just as hard. So with that, of course, you have to be careful, and remember to not do things that usurp another person's will or that go against your ethics, because the harder you push out, the harder you're going to get back. So you have to be mindful of those types of things. So that's basically my definition of magic and the 3 forms of magic that I generally work for. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below or send me an email, and I will happily answer your question. Again, my name is Hovik, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.